Alright guys, welcome back to Viper Trades, and this is the next episode of the educational series. So today we're going to be covering support and resistance. This is one of the most used concepts in trading. It just helps you identify which levels you should be buying at and which you should be selling at. So to keep it simple, resistance resists price, as you can see here. Price is resisting this level and it's being pushed downwards, and support holds up the level. So it supports the level. So as you can see, price bounces off support and is pushed upwards, as you can see here. If I draw it out, as you can see, price bounces here, goes back up, goes into resistance, and price is resisted. Price comes back into support. Price holds up, is pushed back into resistance, then price is resisted again into support, bounces again, etc, etc. So you get that. I hope you get the gist of that. But of course, in reality, it is not this clean. It won't appear this simple. A lot does go into it. Sometimes you do get wicks above support, you do get wicks below you do get wicks above resistance, you do get wicks below support, and you do get candle closes below support as well, and then you close back into the range. And yeah, a lot goes into it. It is not just as simple as ABC or just longer and shorter than that, support and resistance. And when you are trading these, you need to make sure that your general market bias is correct as well, because if Bitcoin is at resistance now, that's not the time to go long on every altcoin that is at support, because if Bitcoin is to dump, a lot of these coins will fall through support. So I'm going to use Near Protocol as this example today. However, I do want to go through a few basic examples first. So you've got a horizontal support and resistance here. So as you can see here, I've shown you before, resistance resists price, pushes price down, support holds price up and pushes it up. So we got that there. And we've also got so this is called diagonal support and resistance. So you can see here, support and resistance doesn't always have to be horizontal. It can appear in many forms. So this is the diagonal one. So you can see here, the support is holding. You could just call this trendline support as well. It is holding up. It is holding up. So as we go up, it's forming new support along the way. And usually what people do as well, they will extend this line all the way here, and when they do this, they will expect price to hold when it comes here. You understand? So they will predict that price should hold here if it was to come back down into it, and they will also extend the resistance. Let's draw that there. They'll also extend the resistance here. So if price was to come back into here, they would expect price to hold as well. So something like that. This is called a channel. So you call this a channel, you call this a channel. And yeah, that's essentially how it works. So you can use it to kind of predict where you think price can go next. And here as well, you have a little triangle pattern here. So as you can see, support and resistance can come in many different forms. So in this case, is a little triangle pattern. And you can see how you get compression as well. Resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, support here, support here, support here. And eventually what you want to see is price. Price will either flip this or price will do something like that. So before I go into that, let me discuss support and resistance flips. So support and resistance, they don't always hold forever. So in this case here, you can see here, you've got resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, and it gets to a point where price fails. This level here fails to resist price anymore. So when that happens, when it fails to resist price anymore, price goes through the resistance and it flips to support. So here you see broken through resistance, and now we come down and tested the old resistance, which is the new support. So in this case here, what you would expect is something like this. So price was come back down, you'd expect this level to hold down, you'd expect the old resistance to hold and become new support. So this is where you wouldn't buy, and you would want to try and find new resistance. So this could possibly be your new resistance here. So let's just draw that out, sketch that out quickly. So this could possibly be your new resistance right here. So that you want to see something like that, and price will just keep, you understand, just keep doing that. So let me just erase that quickly. Yeah, so that's how it works. And on the flip side here, get support flip into resistance. So here support is held once, it's held twice, however it's failed to hold the third time, and price just falls through the support, and now the support becomes resistance, so it starts to resist price. So same thing here, if price was to come back into here, you'll just expect it to resist or reject. And yeah, if you wanted to form new support, you could just form new support somewhere here. So this is the level you'll be looking at for some new support. So you'll want to be looking at your previous levels to see where the previous support was for reactions there. So yeah, that's quickly going over some examples. So if you look at near now on the 3-day chart, as you can see, you've got some resistance here. So I tend to draw these as zones. Some people tend to draw them as lines, but I prefer to draw them as zones. So you've got resistance here. So you can see here, price resisted once, price resisted twice, price resisted 3 times, and you can see we're pushed down into support here. Support held here, bounced, and look, this is what I was talking about, the flip. So resistance has now been flipped. As you can see, price pushes through it. It pushes through it very aggressively, and look here, price comes and tests the old resistance, which is the new support now. And when it does that, price bounces into resistance here. You see that, and price comes back down, and look here, support. So this old resistance now has acted as support twice, 3 times. You can see how support and resistance works now. So you can see how the flips work, and this is a 3-day chart. So usually when you want to mark these out, you want to start marking these out on the higher time frames before going onto the lower time frames, because these higher time frame levels, they have more significance as opposed to lower time frame levels. So this will act as the strongest support as opposed to the daily chart or the 4-hour chart or the hourly chart, for example. You understand? So that's why you want to mark out these higher time frame support and resistance first before the lower time frame ones. So usually you can see here, let me even give an example here. So you can see here how prices shot from $6 all the way to $11. And usually on your lower time frame, you might have some little minor support and resistances here, or even like just resistance at around $7. You might have something there as well. You might form resistance here at $9, but look, price just shoots straight through it and finds resistance on the higher time frame levels. So that's why it's always important to draw out the higher time frame ones before drawing out the lower time frame ones. And in the next video, I'll try and cover how to draw these out. I don't really use these a lot. I do use them sometimes with complements. I tend to use order blocks more often, which we'll discuss in a much later video when we cover the basics first. However, it is good to just start looking for just areas where price has reacted at. So even if I clear this one here, you can see straight away that price is failing to push past this level here. You can just see it by eye. Price is failing to push past this level. So you just do that and you just draw a little zone across like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect at all, but you can see how that works straight away. And yeah, from this you can see now you got your resistance here, and you can see when it's flipped, you can see how price is respected when this resistance is flipped to support. So you can see that there. So yeah, it's nothing too complicated. I'm gonna go and show you some examples of diagonal support and resistance now. So let's take a look at this lunar chart here. So yeah, let's take a look. This looks pretty clean. So let's zoom in a bit. Zoom in. So yeah, if you look here, this will be an example of diagonal support. So look here, So we'll do something like this now. So let's even try and make it a bit bigger. So you can see here, straight away, you got this diagonal support now. And what's happened here? Price, okay, starts off here, it holds here, it barely holds here, and look what happens when it holds, when it doesn't hold. So here, your support has now failed, and your support has now turned into resistance. So look now, it becomes resistance, and price starts to decline. So yeah, that's basically how support and resistance works. And even by eye, if you look here, you can also see that price is resisting this level here. Price is resisting this level, so let's just make that red. Yeah, so you can see by eye, price is resisting this level here. So let me just take a look and see if you can find any more examples. So again, we have it here. So you can see this is support here. You can see that support there. Price hold. Yeah, something like that. So you can see price hold once here, price held twice, price came away, price came back down, price failed to hold. You get a rejection there, and you get a retest of the old support, which is now resistance, and look what happens, prices come down. So you can see that straight away. You can see how it works. So this old support has now become resistance. So now if Luna was to come back up now, you would expect this level here at around $99 to act as some sort of resistance, and you expect price to push away if it fails to reclaim this level here. So you can see how that works straight away. And yeah, also some people do something like this as well. So this will also count as support, this will also count as valid support. So you can see price comes into it once, support holds there, and then same thing there. Support becomes resistance, and price retraces. And let's just see if we can find one more example before I end this video. So yeah, this is another example, another sweet example here. Another few sweet examples you can see here. It's very clean. So you can see here, support holds here, support holds here, and you can see how this works. Support becomes resistance now, and you get a rejection there. But you have to understand that these levels won't always be the cleanest. Price won't always come and perfectly retest this support now turn into resistance. It doesn't always have to come into it and retest. There's a lot more that goes into these things, which I will discuss in the later videos. However, I just want you guys to grasp the general concept of support and resistance. And you can see here as well, resistance, price is resisting here. Let me just make that red for resistance. So you can see here, price is resisting here, 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 and you can see price flips. So let me try to even make this, let me remove this. So you can see here, price flips here. So this resistance now has become support. So look at this, this is called a retest. So resistance becomes support, price retests the new support, which used to be the resistance, and price takes off. So you can see how that works straight away. You can see how that works straight away. And here we have a level called the yearly open, and you can see how levels can also act as support and resistance. So in this case, the yearly open acted as some sort of resistance. And if you want to know how to get the yearly open, it's called Spaceman key levels. So yeah, it's this one here, the top one. And also for those of you that are struggling with the support and resistance, I know some of you may not grasp it straight away, use this. It's called support resistance. It's called support resistance channels. So yeah, use it. I do believe it will be beneficial to many of you who are struggling to initially find support and resistance. So yeah, I don't really use this, by the way, but I do believe it works very well. I know a few people that use it. We've got the dynamic versions as well. I don't know how those work, but I guess it's something you do have to play around with if you are interested in trading in this manner, or just being able to visualize how support and resistance works on an actual chart. So guys, if you did enjoy this video, if you could please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bells for more educational content and the latest buying opportunities. For those who haven't seen already, I did mention near protocol yesterday. So oh, my bad. Let me just try and go to the end of that. So yeah, near protocol. Yeah, I told you guys to buy here in my video yesterday if you're paying attention. And as you can see, we have a very nice move already. A very nice move there, 1.5R. So yeah, congrats if you bought yesterday. When I said in that video, if you don't want to miss these, turn the notification bells on, so you don't miss out on these buying opportunities. But yeah, thank you for all the support, and I'll catch you all in the next video.